last time on Talos Principle, we were going back through like every level to get missing sigils. I got stuck a lot. I don't remember why we stopped on 4, so let's take a look. There's stars everywhere. We calculated how many sigils I was missing, and we calculated how many stars I was missing. It's quite a few. This is called Oubliette? Weebliette? I don't know. Hope you have fun with continuing the puzzle and star collection. Thanks for Dolphus.
Welcome to Earth.
Jim, thank you for the host. Welcome in. This never fully opens, it seems. There's our sigil. You're making the most annoying noise ever. Can I get inside here? Cute nemesis appearing in the distance. We've got a nice little duplicator situation. What if we come over here, put the box down, oops, shoot. Put the box down, jump onto the box, carry me over here, jump off of the box, grab the box, and from there, who knows? Let's try it. Yo, I know you're about to drop that. I've seen your mistakes. Oh, it's too tall. Oh, no, I did it. Somehow. Sorcery. Nope, grab it. Okay. Fun. Then I feel like we need to come up here as the duplicate and stand on this so that I can put the box. Actually, no, does it matter? Yeah, it does matter. That noise is so annoying. Well, we're screwed now. Oh yeah, because the only box that we have is up there. Tricky. I think I'm gonna have to reset. Here, jump up this way. Jump up on this. Okay, and then jump up on here and get the box. I don't know how to do this. Can I bring this plate up there? Come back. Come here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it up top though. Oh yeah! You go here. No, it's not enough to weigh down the button! Oh, yes it is. Beautiful. A work of art. Easy. This should have been a green level. Oh. So cocky. We can make a duplicate of this, or we can just stand on it, though. Gamer.gov, welcome in. How are you? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Like the confidence? I think we're okay. It just took me a second to realize that I hadn't seen the puzzle all the way through to the end. Now we're trapped in here. This must be a star. I'm good. How in the world? I don't even see a red laser source. Is this one of those ones that we have to get the red laser source from another courtyard? Talos Principle is great. I love this game. We have a good time with it. We are missing so many sigils, but this area we got all of the ones available to us, so let's head to Area 5. It's over here. This is Temple 3. We still have 3 hints we can use if we want. I've not used a hint in-game. Reminds me of the Witness. Yeah, I've told everybody it's like the Witness meets Portal. With maybe a little bit of... I don't know, what else would you mix in there? Well, Tetris, but only because these are everywhere. You don't actually play Tetris, there's just Tetris pieces. I don't think I've come in here and read the computer terminal stuff, but we haven't done any of these puzzles yet. I keep trying to imagine that all of this is designed for some purpose, not just the challenges, but Elohim, the terminals, the glitches and all. The puzzle isn't before our eyes, it's behind them. Excuse me. Mysterious laser source. Someday I'm gonna do the fountain puzzle. Someday we're gonna go down that hole in the ground and figure out what it means. Something's making a noise behind that wall. There are many cool glitches, many cool Easter eggs. Extrapolate all the way to Chrono Cross. This game is just like Chrono Cross. Except for it's not an RPG, it's not third person, it's there's no party members, there's no turn-based combat. There's no inventory. But what game isn't just like Chrono Cross? Can we? Parkour. I bet we can drop stuff on the other side of the wall there, though. So nothing like Chrono Cross. Not really. The music isn't anywhere near as good.
If I think about it too much, I get all soul-searching and weird.
Hi May, welcome in. Thank you for the 24 months, I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badger emotes, your ad reviewing. We're so glad to have you. 24 months is a whole lot of months. And now you get your 2-year alert and your 2-year badge. How are you? Happy Monday. How's life? I'm afraid of this drone. I think it's gonna explode on me. I didn't know what direction it was gonna go, but I think we were just inside its bubble regardless. Like, I thought maybe this block will protect me from it coming directly towards me. Nah. Not a thing. Okay, well this has been fun. Definitely the most months of anyone here for me on Twitch. No way. That's pretty cool. I'm honored. It's a Monday during busy season, just trying to decompress after work. I feel that. This game looks pretty. It's as good as it has been pretty. Yeah, it's really good. It's really tough puzzles. I don't know how this is gonna work though. Cheeky dialogue from the computer. We can't survive this. You can go at your own pace. You can try lots of different levels and come back to it whenever you want. I like it. Have you played... You haven't played The Witness or anything, or Braid yet, have you? It sounds like my kind of game. It is a very Gen game. I'd be curious if you would like The Witness, May. It's one of my all-time faves. What am I doing? What is happening in this level? What was it called? I think I remember this and I like it. This is called Up Close and Jammed. Very appropriate. I try to always read the level titles because they're very hinty. Can you get me if I'm up on a block? You sure as heck can. We're trying to find all the ways that I can die. Braid, the first one. I was gonna say, have you played any Jonathan Blow games? I haven't played Braid yet, but usually you can get the two in a bundle and it makes them cheaper. And I don't know if The Witness is on sale right now. Outer Wilds is on sale right now. If anybody's been waiting. Braid is great too. I forgot it's the same guy. Yeah. I need to play that. Maquette is on sale. What else just went on sale that's on my Steam wishlist that I was gonna pull the trigger on? Not important right now. Oh, no, it is important. Because it's Artful Escape. And we were just talking about it. I put them both in wishlist. I don't forget about them. I had Outer Wilds downloaded for like a year, but haven't gotten to it. That's fair. When you have the time to fully dedicate to it, because it will suck you in. Oh, I can do this? That's kind of fun. Can I grab the jammer from up here? Why not? This is so silly. Most deaths per level. Artful Escape! I've been wanting to play that for so long. And it's $13.99 right now, I want to say. But I think Maquette is under $10. Was $9.99. Or maybe I have it the other way around. In any case. I thought that was it, grabbing from on top. Oh, yeah, that seemed to make sense to me, but no dice. Like, I wish that was it. Can I jump on top of the jammer? No. Excuse you. Rude. I cannot grab either object from up here. $13.39. Okay, good to know. Well, we must have to jump out to the other side. Nope. Up close and jammed. Have you played Gorogoa? It's a beautiful puzzle game. We just talked about it the other day. I don't think I wrote it down, but I didn't wishlist it yet. But good to know it's on sale. My weakness is when games go on sale for under $10. I try to wait if it's going to. Some games will obviously never go that cheap, but a lot of the ones that I have my eye on will at some point, which is really nice. We've got, I think Abduction is the next puzzle game I want to play, so we've got options. Echoes of the Eye purchase. Thank you for the discount tip. Yes, Boba, I'm so glad you get to play Echoes. Gorogoa is pretty good. It's very short, really great experience. Stuck with me for months now. Very cool. I like games that stick with you. I like games that give you lots of good stuff to chew on. Like this one. You silly, silly game. I don't think there's any way to grab this and then like immediately re-jam. That would be very cool. How did I do that? What's happening? But now I can't jump up here. Oh, maybe I can? This is so silly. Hello? I want to jump on this and then jump up on this. I don't think I can do it. Can I take the jammer now and survive, though? Oh, I'm alive! I'm assuming I want this block. I don't know what the drone's path even is, though. Let's do this for now. Don't ask me if that was the intended way of solving. I have no idea. Oh, hey! Where isn't that the red thing? Isn't that the other puzzle we were just doing? Mysterious red laser source? Oh god. No thank you. Turret. Laser. Secret arch. Ooh. Scary noises. Sigil. Needs a blue laser. Alright. We need another jammer to get this jammer through the door. Well, I suppose that doesn't have to be the solution. I was thinking I would need a jammer for this turret though, right? Like maybe I need to... Oh, actually I have no idea. I was thinking maybe I need to get over a wall so that I don't have to use the door, so that I can use the jammer on this side of the wall. Rude. So rude. Look at that scary turret. This is a weird one. Hi Octo, welcome in. It was a Duncan unboxing. I changed the stream title, right? But the Discord notification, I didn't go in and update it. Duncan got some awesome treats. I will make a highlight so that we can rewatch the whole experience, but he's passed out now. Thanks for popping in. How's your day going? Oh, there's the laser source over there. Okay, good to know. There's also a fan. 2 fans. This level has everything. Didn't update the Discord notif. Bad streamer. I think it's okay. I can. Should I do it right now? Hey, we're done with Duncan stuff. Playing Talos now. Went for a walk and now my legs are doing things. Long walk. When I go for a really long walk, like, my legs get all tingly afterwards. Update it but make it more inaccurate. Okay. Talos is going well. We got 1 sigil. And now I'm stuck on this puzzle. And look at this cute little orb. I'm hoping this will block your path. That's pretty funny. Okay, now we have a cube. Oh, I think I need to put it on top of that drone. Interesting. I made this a little difficult for myself. It was a fair walk, 45 minutes to an hour. Nice. Bouncy explodey ball, yeah. They have so much pent-up aggression. Come back, I need to put a box on your head. But now if I go that way, I'll die. Because of that evil, angry turret right there. Oh. Oh, this is fun. Wait, don't connect to that. Connect to that. Alright, I'm gonna send you on your way. Be good, little connector. Go forth and do great things. Proof of concept. It needs another block, I think. It's not quite tall enough. It's not full grown. Okay, yes, I know you're so angry. I need to borrow this. We need the connector too. How in the heck? I guess we just do this. Be good! Don't explode near me. It's far enough away, right? Yep. We're fine. Bringing all my supplies. This connects to this and this. I hope this works. What's this fan for? Maybe this won't work. I don't think it's gonna be there long enough to make the connection it needs to make. Or maybe I'm not tall enough to put this on top of the stack. Hi Starburst, welcome in. How's it going? Okay, it works. Let's go. Do it again. I'm assuming the rest of the puzzle is for a star, but we're just here for sigils right now. Not bad. Now that this is open, you can do other stuff because we can take the jammer away from that door. Pretty cool. I like that one. I want to go explore that room now that I can jam the turret. Oh, can I get over there? Maybe if I use a block to lock the drone in place? But interestingly, I have to keep that door open to get out. That looks so funny. Doing well today? How about everyone else? Doing pretty good. Glad to hear you're doing well. This looks like a loose brick. How in the world? Oh, maybe I'm supposed to ride on top of the thing? I don't see a star. That's the funny bit. Oh my god. Well, maybe we don't want to do this one. I don't know how to duplicate the beginning of it. But if we had finished it and not died, it would have left us with a blue laser source in the sky, which would have been nice. This one's called Dumbwaiter. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen, Boba. Two whole cubes. Mysterious dark corner. This looks fun. So what's powering all this? Oh, I see. There's a purple. I didn't even register that. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So the blue maybe powers the fan, and this powers the door. Maybe, maybe not. Weird. Hi Largo, welcome in. This game, yeah. Companion cubes, not quite. Almost. This makes the fan go, but it makes a blue wall happen. Okay, we're learning what everything does. This opens this door. More mysterious dark corners. Eh? Oh. You can't remove that fan either. Interesting. How does this blue work? Would it be on top of this cube? I think so. Oh, this is confusing. But I can't bring a cube through this door. So we gotta set you up. Perhaps here. Set you up. Perhaps... Can I see the receiver? No? I can see it just barely. Maybe I have to stand on this to see it. Come on. There we go. Do I also need this one? Yes. But we only have one connector. So that's not gonna work. But this will make... Oops. That fan go, and now there's a cube on it. And now we have to put this cube here if we want to open this door. But this isn't powered on, so this isn't gonna do the thing. Does it help us to have the connector on this side of the purple wall? I'm not sure. But I can't fit it through this space without the power from the other fan. I think I messed up. There we go. That's where it was before. Oh geez, welcome in. How's it going? Playing some Talos today. Getting our puzzle brains warmed up. Oh, when this is connected, when this fan is connected, it looks like this door also closes, so I can't be the one to come up here and get propelled forward. Okay, alright. And there's not a second connector? Hmm. That's a good one. We just did, what was the other one called? Jamming in a close spot or whatever? I really liked that one. Close up and jam, something like that. Oh, this reaches there. But there's only line of sight except for the very corner of this room. Hmm. What if I can put it on this half wall? That'll work, right? I don't think so. Dang. What if we do this? Oh wait, I can't do that. I have to do it in reverse first. That doesn't have line of sight? Bummer. What's going on over here? Do we need this height again? Probably for that one. Maybe for everything. But the issue I'm having is this requires... Oh, but maybe I don't need to open that door. Wow, too many buttons at once. No, that's not enough height. Whee! Can I put this up here? No. Urgh. Right. I can't take objects over there. not sure. Oh, I wanted to put this here in case on the very off chance I can reach it from the other side. I know I won't be able to. Oh, I won't be able to do anything. Right. Okay. Hi, fishies. Hi, Kane. Welcome in. How's it going? If I keep jumping up and down... This is so weird. Any benefit to this side? Not really. And the benefit here is this fan comes on. Yeah. Good, just hot weather since many days here. The hot weather gets exhausting after a while. I need this cube. I feel like we do need this on the other side of the wall. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it needs to go here. That's all. And then do what we did before. Because now we don't need to go through that door anymore. And maybe this will just make it land right on the switch. Seems right. Magic! Okay. Ta-da! I knew what I was doing the whole time. Give me the Tetris noise. Are we gonna get to talk to the computer again? Beep boop. Boop beep. Beep boop. Oh, not yet. Which one next? We've got a line over here and another square over here. What's back in this mysterious corner? Any Easter eggs? Doesn't seem like it. This is my timeout corner. This one's called Time Crawls. We're on a roll, Boba. We're in the zone. Maybe. I say that now, but automatically jinxes this room. And whatever secrets it holds. We learned that we pretty much have to get every single sigil to climb the tower, so that's not intimidating at all. Obi-Wan, welcome in. I'm afraid for turrets. Here's a little connector window. Okay. Trying to fully explore everything. Are there any more tools in here? Just our laser source. I know we've got this to use, but I want to look around first. So I wonder, as the double, if we maybe, I don't know, start by moving the block back. Then using the connector here. Then opening the door here so that we can go through to the end. Oh, no, this won't work because where is the laser source even? We need... How does it work with 2 connectors? Let's do some science. It doesn't show duplicate items like it does with the block. Or no, it will once we come back. So if I place a connector as my double, can I connect to the connector? Oh, weird. How does that work? Strange. Gotta head out. Thanks for the stream, Trav. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you around. Have a good rest of your Monday. I will remain confused. How does this work? If I bring a box over here, these both stay open? Yeah, okay. So then our first step is open up this door. This needs to be within line of sight of the laser source. Here. So we'll bring it here, and then once my real self comes back, I'm gonna follow my duplicate self to here with the connector. Oh, no, not even that. Okay. My duplicate self is going to move the box, then it's gonna grab the connector. It's gonna place the connector here. It's gonna keep going here. And open this. I think that's the last. Then my real self is going to just pick up the connector. Because I have to leave the first cube. I can't move the cube. Follow my second self to here. It's gonna go all the way around. Here, hang on. I need to visualize. Here, it should be able to see the connector through this and use it, and then I need enough time to walk through. Does that make sense? Does everybody follow? Alright. Oh, this is gonna be weird though. No, it's gonna be fine. First step. Move the cube. Second step. Connect. It's not gonna work, but connect. I forget already. Here and just leave it right here? No, because we need line of sight. Okay, sorry. This is tricky. Then I need to stand here and give myself plenty of time to work. Trust the process. That should be enough time, right? I don't know. I should probably bring this back. Otherwise, I'll be way confused. Alright, I don't know. I need you to figure your crap out and set that thing down. Come on, you got this. Set it down. Jen has no idea what's going on. Maybe? Maybe? There we go. Let's go. Now I need line of sight here. And that should do it. Bam. Easy. Kids game. Go duplicate Jen, go! You can give a controls tip. Is it the right click, fishies? I know the right click. It's so helpful. Thank you. Jen the robot is way more confused than Jen the human. Oh, not the right click. Okay. Sure. It can... Is it about adding another... I know that you can add additional targets onto the original target. Like if I right click and I've only got 2 objects selected, I can keep adding more objects as I go. Bind a button to fast forward. Oh, I think we talked about that. I'm good. I haven't found a time when I was really like... I mean, I guess if I had wanted to give myself more wait time quicker, I could have, but... if I need it for another one, I know that it's available. In case there's one where we need, like, a lot of wait time. Yep, yep. I think we talked about that once, like, several streams back, and I completely forgot it was an option, so thank you. I'm gonna rest here for a while. I need a moment of peace. Destiny can wait. So tranquil. Next is you. And then I want to make sure we've explored... Oh. The whole courtyard. This isn't going boop boop, so I think we've already read these. Transcendence, matter, and build a universe. Yeah, we've already read them. Beep boop. Boop beep. Just imagine it's making that noise. What's up with this tower in the center? We read that. Okay, this one is called Time Flies. Maybe we will need to fast forward on this. Hi Game Tracks, welcome in. How's it going? Happy Monday. I hope your week is starting off well. Do we need to use this little window, do you think? What mechanics are in this puzzle? I didn't check. I think all of them. Yeah. This says, if a sigil eludes you, simply continue. Success and failure are irrelevant. I solved it. I thought it was impossible, so I went away, did other things, and all of a sudden the solution came to me. I must have been thinking about it, not knowing. I feel like I've seen that before. Puzzle life is good so far. It breaks my brain a little, but I'm hanging in there. Let's explore all the stuff in this area. We've got a source, a receiver, a play button, and no connector yet. How much progress have we made? Today we got, that was our third sigil right before this. So when I'm not in one of these puzzle rooms, it'll show you in the upper left-hand corner all the ones that are not filled in yet. I still need to collect, which is a lot. But we're on level 5 of the tower, and honestly, that's the only way I know how to gauge progress at this point. Those who know the game better than I do will probably have things to say about that, but I don't know if it's spoilers. We have work to do, yes. Definitely. We're in it for the long haul. Oh, also, if you all could let me know if my webcam is glitching today. I forgot to set that up at the start of stream because we were doing other stuff. We were unboxing things for Duncan. Oh, he's inside of his house. He's sleeping in the house I showed you. But I was gonna drop the resolution in the game if I was losing pixels on webcam like last time. I think it's been fine from what I can see, so... Green Mazing, welcome in. It's good to see you. Looks fine. Okay. When I move around really fast is when it gets really pixely. I think I'm better lit than last time. I was really kind of dark lighting in here last stream of Talos, and that was causing pixely issues. As well as, I don't know what else. The chair is the cutest. Thanks, May. Hi, Siloom. Welcome in. Thanks everybody for the help. I was worried it was going to cause major issues again. Oh, that glitch was not webcam issues. That was just the game. Here's our connector. Here's our sigil. Interesting. We have line of sight with a receiver. And we have a cube. And a fan here. So let's do this really quick. The main glitch is wearing a sweater while most people are in a heat wave. I don't know, feeling like being cozy. There's only so much you can do to fight against video compression. Yeah, fishies. I was like watching videos and some of the answers are just, nope, that's it. That's all you can do. Twitch caps your bitrate limit. So I thought, oh, I'll just, you know, my upload speed is good. I'll add higher bitrate. Nope, not allowed. This is facing, yeah, that way. This is our favorite dilemma in Talos Principle. Fans on top of... like, fans that are out of line of sight of the laser source that we need. It's always a problem. Video quality seems to drop when I move. Yeah, it does, and I think if I drop the game quality, that might help, but I don't know if I can completely eliminate. I'm watching at 160p, so I'm exactly the person you need judging your webcam quality. Totally fine, Octo. Honestly, I bet if you all watch it at a lower quality, then you won't see the issue. Live in Texas and it's beyond hot here. A sweater would melt. I'm doing okay for now. Don't you worry about me. Oh, right, because of you. Okay. Well then... Okay. If we... become our duplicate... Stream tag pixel art, yes. We become our duplicate and we move... this block... here... and put this thing on top of it, what does that even do for us? I think nothing. There are a lot of static thinking time. Beautiful quality is still welcome. We'll keep it the way it is. I won't overthink it. I did want to remember to try to ask you all. Is that enough height? Wait. No, I messed up. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. We don't get locked out. I definitely thought... that this... Yeah, this is connected to the receiver. Because otherwise this wouldn't be going over there. But is the duplicate not connected to the receiver, or it still just doesn't have enough height? Not really sure what happened there. Let's try it again. I think it just doesn't have the height. Oh, this one doesn't go up because when I did this as my duplicate, I never turned on the fan. So my duplicate has to be the one that causes this to go up into the air. Or both of us do. Or we have to do that weird thing where we get line of sight between the two, the duplicate connector and the original connector. Oof. Oh no, 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 no. What if I... So I wonder if when the connector is up in the air here, if it has... if I can see it from here and then use the second connector to connect to it. Oh god, my brain! These ones get me. I was happy with how I did on the last one, but... this is a big oof. So maybe we do the opposite. Oh, I can't take this away though. Wait, no, this is so weird. Because this needs to stay open. That definitely is gonna have line of sight though. This is for a sigil, yeah. So now before that goes up in the air, which I don't know if this is gonna reset. I need to move this on top of it. And then I need to walk around. I don't know if I gave myself enough time to walk around. Come on, put the block over here. This is when I should fast forward. I'm too nervous, I'm gonna mess it up. Oh, I can't put the block on this? Because they're from 2 different dimensions. No, wait, come back. We lost our connector. Let's go find where it is. Maybe I can use it for something. Is it recoverable? Hello? No, I don't know if I can. Is it in the... It must be in the puzzle room next to it. There is no puzzle room next to it. This one's called Time Crawls. Did we finish this one? Yeah. I don't remember doing this. Dupe, Jen, what have you done? I don't think I read the name of this, but we definitely did this puzzle. These are like counterpart puzzles. Where's my connector? Hello? Oh god. There it is! Maybe. No, this is from the last puzzle. I don't have a good sense of where I am. I'm upset. Come on, come open this dang door for me. Thank you. Is it in here? I don't think so. I don't know where it went. Well, shoot! Rude. It's somewhere over here. Wait, what if I should have just done this? No, but I can't turn the fan on because the connector is outside the wall. I was like, let me just turn on the fan and jump up there. Oh my god. Alright, let's reset. Boo. Worst puzzle ever. Where's the connector? Right here. There's nothing out there. Is there an Easter egg on top of this tower? In the beginning were the words, and the words were the world. I'm going out. Okay. Not helpful at all, but... I dislike this puzzle. Oh, and it does this crap. It didn't do that before. Oops. Weird. Very weird. I can't do this one. Let's come back to it. My brain hurts. Is that the last one for this courtyard? Does the computer want to talk to me? Boop, boop. Beep, boop. Alright. Onward. This has one left. We've been here before. Beep, boop. More fountains. Oh, this is the graveyard. Is this the red door area? Oh, this is the dragon area. Cute. This one's called Circumlocution. Okay. This is such a cool looking destroyed building. Our purpose can only be achieved by not contemplating purpose. Elohim talks about the world, how the world arose from hidden words. What if these words were let there be eternal suffering? What if they had no purpose? What if all this is randomly synthesized from the garbage of a dead world? Ooh. Hi Zara, welcome in. How's it going? That was kind of dark. Although the premise for this game is super dark, so... School stuff? Yeah. Looks like old ruins we have nearby. This is not the red door area. I remember Circumlocution. There was a reason we skipped it. Now I have to go back and do it? You're telling me I can't just skip the ones I don't like? Where did it go? Here? Yeah. Very Soma. Got an essay question that I don't know how to answer. I hate essays. They're tough. Need to take a walk. I'll likely be back before stream ends. Sounds good, Eric. We'll see you when you get back. Have a good walk. How to utilize augmented reality in data visualization. Oof. I wouldn't know where to begin. I feel like I remember this one. Just constantly going in circles and circles and circles and circles. I'm lost already. That needs to stay open, otherwise we have no laser source. Okay, cube. Cube is good. Dark corner is good. Easter eggs are good. Apart from lasers, it looks like some places near where I live. Hi, Double. Welcome in. The whole AR thing seemed more like a bigger hassle than an improvement. There's an old destroyed abbey near my home. It looks like same both architecturally and how it's missing parts. I mention it because I always wonder how Americans perceive ruins since they don't have any. Well, I don't know how to answer that. We love them. We're obsessed with them because we don't have any of our own. We go things where there's like an Eddie Izzard bit where Eddie talks about us going, this building has been restored to exactly how it looked 50 years ago, and we do historical restorations of really new stuff. We have in the Southwest. We have some stuff. But yeah. It's different. We don't have any castles. A lot of abandoned houses near my old house. Does that count? Americans have plenty of ruins like the Electoral College. Oh yeah, okay. Gutted. Ruined. Now, if I put that there, does it block the laser? It does not. Okay, neat. Does that have line of sight with this little window? Kind of. Let's move it back. Now it does. Does that help us do anything? Doesn't seem like it. All that work to put it here. Oh. Oh, wait. Still not helpful. Maybe helpful. I don't know what I'm doing. This one is very confusing. What if for now we just do this and take you with us? There's so many twists and turns. Oh, hi. Codename Sam, terminated here, seriously unfit for purpose. Final memory dump. Ah, poor Sam. I don't think this needs to connect to that many things. Let's see if we can go... If we can get over there. Okay. Oh, interesting. I can, but I don't have it set up in that spot. What if I do... What if I just do this? That doesn't seem helpful. No. Dang. God, these are so confusing. Oops. I'm from New England, so we have things that are 300 years old, but that still hiccup 2 Eurotypes in the grand scheme of things. Alright, so this isn't gonna work. I need to reset. Not reset the whole level, but this, having this here doesn't help anything. It was good having the jammer bring us all the way to that door. That was cool. Mom's here. Hi, Mom. Welcome in. Because now I can do this. Can we just... Wait, what if we just do this? That gets us another connector. Yeah. Yeah! Woohoo! Come on, work. But now I need the jammer, I think. Once I found ruins of an old bridge at well along a river in my hometown in Massachusetts, there was no evidence that a path to said bridge ever existed. Huh. Just a bridge out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, what's this say? Is that the one we already read? Yeah. What's this thing I looked at 5 seconds ago? Now we got this other connector. There's the finish line. let's pause for now. Okay. On going through that door. Let's do a... Oh, this is tough. Because what I want to do is a redundant opening of a door so that I can bring the jammer all the way to the end. I want this door open with a laser, if I can. Yeah. I feel like we have to start from scratch now. Thank you for the posture check. For me and all the chat. I'm gonna have some more kombucha too. This is not going how I planned. What if we... And thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Ohio is just all corn. Even the people are made of corn. We have a high population. Yeah, so much of Massachusetts is just woods. In New Hampshire. I lived in central Mass for a bit. Lots of woods. Lots of rural. So what is this even doing? Let's backwards jam this door. Let's move you forwards. Isn't this what we just had set up though? But now can we lock ourselves in? Yeah. Okay. So close, and yet... What's all this over here? Oh, a star? Ugh. The stars in this game taunt me. That thing is evil. I went out to get my mail. Corn. Never been to Kansas because, good lord, that place is corn. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Oh, that was scary. I wonder if I can... Okay, here's a thought. Can I safely... backwards jam this door and then Hi, yes, I see you. Pull this forwards, right? But where am I gonna get my laser source from? Do I have line of sight of anything? Oh, you're scary. No. Because of this fence. Interesting puzzle though, once this fence opens, then you've got line of sight of this right here. I wonder if that helps. This is a bad idea. Because now the jammer's trapped in here, and I think I'm gonna have to solve with the jammer and bring it forward with me as I go. And then have it next to me when we're at the final step of the puzzle. Come so far, and now... I wonder if there's just a way I can move... Like if we had something here set up, right? With a what's it right here aiming that way. I don't know if we can make that happen. Hawkeye, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Oh, I can't, yeah, because I can't leave that one in the corner. Okay. Let me go get it. Let me do whatever I did here. No, that doesn't matter right now. Hi Bitfreeze, welcome in. How are you? Tetris Principle. Yeah, we're just puzzling away. We got to spoil Duncan earlier. He got a bunch of presents today. I'll have to show him on cat cam again, if we take a break or something. And then I mean, every time we play this, I feel like I'm making such good progress, but I can't marathon it because it breaks my brain. I need to bring the jammer back with me. Come on. We're going this way. Because I need to go out here and adjust some stuff, yeah. I am gonna make a highlight of the Duncan section of stream too, don't worry. You like having a broken brain? I just wish I could stream it for longer. Like, I wish we could just keep going until we were done, but I don't last that long. My brain is like, nope, exhaustion. Okay, so this one pretty much has to stay here. If I move it any more this way, we lose sight of the original laser source. I can move it further this way. But right now, it's opening that other door. Which is fine. What's blocking this? The corner of that wall. Yeah, that's pretty much, it's like threading the needle behind that tree. Okay, what are you doing? You are opening this door. You're doing some heavy lifting here. Can you continue to open this door, but be in line of sight of this little window? No. Doesn't appear that you can. Maybe? But I don't think that helps me. And this is open with a jammer right now, and this is now closed because I moved that other one. That gives us something, but I don't think it gives us enough to... Oh, this is so hard. Hi DJ, welcome in. I just like when I play a game I struggle with a section for hours and then take a couple days break and solve it instantly. But see, I like that because it's like, oh yeah, I knew how to do this all along, I just needed a break. But I wish... I don't know. Brain and muscles grow the same way. We need to find challenges we can't handle yet to then learn how to overcome them. How far over here can I go and not die? Stressful.
Human beings, it turns out, are weird.
Hi Kaz, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you for the 9 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're so glad to have you. Brand new 9-month badge. I'm really trying here today, but I'm struggle bussing. Okay, what if we do this? This is connected to so many things. That's so funny. Weird. Is this open twice? No, this is open only with a jammer. Learning cool new things also help forge new connections. It's like building lean muscle, yeah. You have to have training time and also recovery time. Brains are cool. It's like a light show, yeah. Well, now I can get to the point where I can... No. Experiment with this... line of sight situation. Like, here, we got this far. Does this help at all? Do I have line of sight here? I would if that door was open. Let me test it. No. It looked like I did, but I did not. So silly. It's so many almosts. I don't want to go back and re-finagle the entire thing, but I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to go through the whole thing and adjust each laser one by one. I think I'm gonna have to take the jammer with me the whole way. This is annoying me that it has that many lasers sticking out of it. Oh wait. I can't keep this open. Oh, tricky, so tricky. All right. Laser source. We have to have one here, it seems. I don't want one here pulling double duty with the block. I don't think that's helpful to us. It would put one in light of sight of this window, but we already have, well, yeah, we have light of sight of that. I don't know that it matters. And what's this for? What's over there? Was this just where another tool was? No, this is part of this other hallway. Maybe this is helpful? I think we used that to open this the first time when we first got every connector in every jammer. I don't think we need it anymore. This is where we were before, right? I think this is now being redundantly opened. Yeah. Is anything in line of sight here? Yeah. But we still need another connector. I knew nothing about this game before stream, but it looks interesting now that I'm seeing it. This game is puzzles and philosophy and all kinds of fun. But mostly you're just seeing puzzles right now, is the main thing. Totally being human. We're definitely human. So what if we did do something over here? Would it matter? This is helping me get through there. If I had a light source back here, would it help with anything? I don't think so. But right now the jammer is trapped on this side of the wall, which I think is fine. What else are you attached to? Okay, we can... No... I think... I need to get this jammer... Is there another way to open the door that that one is opening? You? From here, but now I can't get out. Ugh. I hate it. Because this is the one I want to bring forward. But this door right here is what's causing the hang up. And we can jam the door with the jammer, but then there's another door over there that the jammer is helping us with. Right here. And I don't know how else to open that one. I've kind of locked myself into using the jammer for this. I could temporarily move this back to help me and then put it in place again. Maybe? More laser show stuff? It's like a lot of undoing and then redoing and then undoing and then redoing. Okay, how do we open this door? Oh, now I got confused. I feel like we're doing something. Is this now where I need to open it from here? I'm afraid to not right-click to open things. I feel like that was good. When you think you're playing a video game, but you're actually playing a laser rock show. So many lasers! I know it's probably pixelating my face too. My camera is like super bright. I don't know what's going on, but we're having a good time. Oh, I think we might have done it though. Maybe? But how do I... Okay, hang on. Yeah. Now we do this. Now we do this. Now the jammer's trapped in here with us. Oh my god. Meticulous planning. Please have line of sight. Please have line of sight. Yay! It was all worth it! It was all worth it in the end. Now I'm thinking about the guy trying to explain meme. So there's a star over there. I'm assuming... You know what happens when you assume. What if, I just want to try one thing real quick. Which is this. My classic. Looking over the wall. What is that? Is it a Minecraft sword? The Easter eggs in this game. I love it. I don't even know how to get to that star. I think it's from another puzzle area, but you have to solve it. You have to do something to put a laser in place here that you can use from another area. Look at me peering behind. I don't know. It's a diamond sword. Fun. Parkour. Come on. This silly game. Alright, well, I'm satisfied. I don't think we're going for all stars, at least not on stream. The more Easter eggs, the merrier. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sigils. 2 lines, 2 squares, 2 T's. How appropriate. Where were we? We had just finished a puzzle in here. In fact, all puzzles in here. This is 6, let's go to 7. I wish I had a pet. They do make life quite complicated sometimes. They make moving complicated, but worth it. Or like travel, if you're the type of person who likes to go on little adventures all the time. Driving, flying, whatever. I feel like this area is this making my webcam pixelate the most? Because the flashing torches look really weird to me. What if we do a lower FPS? Didn't like that. And what was the other thing? What's triple buffering? What does that mean? I feel like if I change this, it's gonna relaunch the game. We're downgrading. Oh, yep, it's relaunching. It did not like that. Oh, it looks terrible now. Not really, but I feel like we were just having a lot of issues. Triple buffering is one of the things to smooth out screen tearing. Daxon, hi. How are you? Did I say hi? I don't think I did. I'm in the zone of trying to figure out why the game keeps being really, weird. I don't know what this means either. Subtitles, crosshair, first person, hints, terminal font size, bobbing, my speed. Okay. Let's try this just to see. Oh, the torches still look wild. And now I feel like the HUD looks different, but it could just be me. This opens up a whole new area? Oh, we have all the pieces for it. But now if I use these pieces, do they get taken away from my total? I don't think so. We've never done one of these before. Oh, I bet they get taken away from your total of stars. Is this symmetric? It is. I feel like the echo is so much greater. We collect Tetris pieces. We do! Hadn't said hi, also just came in. How's your day going? Interesting. This one is gonna give us trouble. Or... oh yeah, because you can't make the same grid shape on both sides. Interesting. Okay, well, I'm not liking this. What if we do it this way? Not quite. Doing good, relaxed. Got a bit anxious when I got apped and mailed by people who saw me searching for a job, though the appropriate sites, and went to a board game night. Okay, right on. Some good, some stress. I feel like having these two next to each other is a bad idea. Oh, what if we need this the other way around? A good kind of stress? Gotcha. I wanted to try something new, so we're doing this little puzzle. I don't know if I'll be able to get it though. You'd think it would be, oh cool, it's symmetrical, no big deal, but I don't know. Do symmetric ones always have symmetric solutions? I don't know. I think we've only had a couple symmetric ones, and they did have symmetric solutions. I feel like the math would math out so that they did. You know, math doing math things. I feel like this corner is causing me grief. They don't have to split straight down the middle to be symmetric, though, I don't think. I guess it depends what kind of symmetry it is. We don't have, like, finishing it there is not the move. I'm just gonna have to stare at it a bit longer. I know this isn't gonna work because this shape, unless you make this in a way that, like, the gaps here can both be filled by the long ones, and there's not a way for that. Which is why I had it here instead. I feel like I like putting these in random places and going, oh, look at what a cool design this makes, but it's always just for fun. It never helps us solve it. This is facing the wrong way to go there, right? Yeah. This dang piece, the Z one. I never know where to put it. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. This can't fit. Oh yeah, that can fit in the center. Interesting. Then we're gonna have a cool symmetric shape with 2 blobs on top and 2 blobs on bottom. That looks neat. This feels like it should be closer. Ooh, I like that one. Tricky, tricky. Hey Sequoia, how are you? Welcome in. What's going on? Get all those pieces out of there. Put this one instead. Oh, why did I do that though? That's silly. Another way of doing it that splits up the 4 squares. How are you finding this game? I loved it, but ended up using a guide for most of it. Didn't have the patience. It's really slow going. There are some things that I know I cannot or will not do on stream because they're just going to take me too long. But I do enjoy it. It's a fun time. It's over and over I keep saying it's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not what I thought. It's like this cool philosophy commentary. That I just wasn't expecting. Yeah, definitely surprising. It's hard as heck, though. Hi, Llama. Welcome in. We're playing Tetris again. How are you? This is definitely it. Oh, nope. There we go. Quite sleepy, but good. I'm glad you're doing good. Now we're just puzzling away. Such puzzle. Much blocks. Like, that looks cool. We keep finding ways to make it look cool. Yeah. Whee! I retract my previous statement. This isn't Tetris, it's Tetris skin for cats organizing neatly. Yeah, it's I don't know what it is. I needed a break from the other puzzles we were doing, so we're doing this type of puzzle now. Oh, I don't know though. Nothing else is gonna have a corner quite like that. If anyone have not seen Cats Organized Neatly. Oh, I heard about it. Yeah. Seems cute. Isn't that what I just did? Yeah. This is gonna throw us off, I think. Unless we do like this. Something where the extra gaps are taken up by these. I was looking good for a second. Still no. It's like this puzzle, but more different blocks, and all the blocks are cats. Cute. I like the sound of it. Oh, this is hard. Okay, wait. Move, 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 move. Nothing is gonna work the right way. I don't think anything is gonna fit there except one of these. And that just gets us all kinds of messed up when I start changing things over here. I don't know. This one's tricky. We tried symmetric for a while, but it didn't seem to be working out. And it's interesting with these, with two of these long ones, it's like, oh, I can just change the shape of my grid. You'd think it would help, but What is this? A 4x6? And now we do a symmetrical one? Oh, maybe. No, not quite. But it seems like it'd be so close. Oh, maybe? Oh god, look.
Welcome to Earth.
Hi, Chuck. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Puzzle pain. Yeah, it's okay though. We'll get through this pain together. Well, you don't have to go through any pain. You just get to watch me go through all the pain. We're doing good. I hope you're doing good too. The feeling when the puzzle zigs but you need it to zag, yes. So much of this. Just scooching it over a little and then scooching it over a little. Okay, this is a zig, but we have an L. Zigging and zagging. Oh, interesting. Keep expecting the chanting to lead into sealed vessel. Whee! There. I'm gonna start singing along to this chanting before too long. Is this... should I be using symmetry here? Probably. I don't know, we've just been goofing. Because it's such a tight space. If only we had a Tetris. Someone was talking about the names for all of the pieces last time we played this, that they each have their own unique name, which I thought was cool. I did not know that. It's so weird, all these ways that work, not work, they don't at all, but we can do symmetric, we just can't finish it, you know? I feel like these two are the hardest to fit into places, the Z's. What's under here? Oh, I wanted this to go under here. Hmm. I think the only thing we can fit with, like, this situation. Yeah. I don't know. Usually we just mess around with these long enough until something works. So cruel when the last piece is the flip. I know. Hi JP, welcome in. I don't think moving everything down one is gonna work. It's just gonna create the same thing. It keeps happening. Yeah, it happens a lot. Oh my god. Look at that block. So was that symmetrical in any way? We should try symmetry. Proceeds to not try symmetry. I don't know. Symmetry worked in the beginning. Well, it didn't work in the beginning. And then I gave up. And then we did that. Oh, hello? Oh, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
My faith in you was not misplaced.
Oh.
You have learned much and shown great wisdom in these trials. The end of your journey lies close now.
But we're trying
Do
to
not
climb the
falter.
tower.
Do not fear.
Yay!
And do not give in to temptation.
Yeah, I'm gonna give in because we're climbing that dang tower. But check it out, we get to talk to a computer. Thanks for all the hype. I've got my notebook in case I need it with Elden Ring notes. And then a note about a LAN party. I think that was the last time. Okay, fresh new page. Talos. We've got Human Eye, Tetronimo, Geronimo, Preservation, and #6_**N. Okay, fun. What is a man's eye but a machine for the little creature that sits behind in his brain to look through? Samuel Butler. String of numbers. Human eye has a string of numbers. What is this called again? Hex something. Is it man's eyes, or is it the big seeing engine which has revealed to us the existence of worlds beyond worlds into infinity? What has made man familiar with the scenery of the moon, the spots on the sun, or the geography of the planets? He is at the mercy of the seeing engine for those things, and is powerless unless he tacks it on to his own identity and make it part of parcel of himself. Okay. Hexadecimal. I viewed, with a mixture of pity and horror, these beings training to be sold to slaughter or be slaughtered, and fell into reflections on an old opinion of mine, that it is the preservation of the species, not of the individuals, which appears to be the design of the deity throughout the whole of nature. Blossoms come forth only to be blighted, fish lay in their spawn where it will be devoured, and what a large portion of the human race are born merely to be swept prematurely away. Mary Wollstonecraft. Does not this waste of budding life emphatically assert that it is not men but man whose preservation it is so necessary to the completion of the grand plan of the universe? Children peep into existence, suffer, and die. Men play like moths about a candle and sink into the flame. War and the thousand ills which flesh is heir to mow them down in shoals, whilst the more cruel prejudices of society palsy existence, introducing not less sure though slower decay. Fascinating. Okay, this was preservation. Next, Tetramino. One of the most fascinating aspects of St. Eadwald's recently uncovered writings is his preoccupation with finding divine truth in mathematical concepts, which at times borders on pantheism. He was, it would seem, particularly concerned with what we now call tetraminos, seeing in them a reflection of the tetragrammaton and the Greek word for God, theos. Their ability to form other shapes out of themselves symbolized to him the creator's ability to reshape the world without breaking the laws he himself had established. Eadwald referred to tetraminos as sigilla. Oh, sigils, implying that they were a more truthful version of the magical symbols worshipped by heathens, rooted in both the Abrahamic tradition and careful observation of creation. It is unlikely that these texts were distributed, as they would almost certainly have resulted in charges of hearsay. Hearsay? What's pantheism? Does anybody know? I mean, I'll Google it, but I'm guessing some of you in chat could help me out. Oh, this is just a picture of asterisks. Okay, fun. Heresy? Heresy? I don't know that one either. Heresy. Pantheism is the idea that God is the universe and vice versa. Cool. I'm learning so much. Did I read this or did I just completely exit out? Oh, right, because it's the picture. It's the first time we've had an image file. **6. Did changing the game settings help the webcam issue at all or not really? I don't know. Whoa. What's all this? This is the first time we've come into one of these areas. There's so much. Heresy, to be a heretic. Heretic. I don't remember how to say that one either. To go against the teachings of your dogma. What's all this? Is that a paint bucket? Why are you gonna hide the paint bucket all the way up there? Oh, come on. Parkour. 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 We got it! Wow, I'm impressed with myself for getting this. Now where do I want to use it? Let's have a look around. Anybody else leave any writings here? Can I put it on the back of this? No. Not as good a definition as Holly could provide. Holly, our resident English and literature expert. Okay, what if I put it on the thing with the paint at the top and maybe it'll give somebody a clue that there's paint up there? The tools to overcome this place have been provided to us. We need only to learn how to use them. The tower. Struggling with these problems for days. The hardest problem. Higher power at work. Stay true to your path. This is the most beautiful spot. Use an axe. We all meander around the labyrinth trying to solve its puzzles, but we must remember that no matter how far any of us progresses, we all remain equal. I still don't remember which ones I've used. Have I used that one before? There is more to this place than it seems. I have seen things you can only imagine. Sure, that sounds fun. Does it give a hint that there's a paint bucket up there? No, but is it a fun little place for somebody to go, wait, there's a paint bucket here? Oh my god, look, there it is. Oh, I should have put it under the bridge. Alright. What's your deal? Nexus. Oh, I feel like this door looks different. Maybe not. I'll be able to look at everything and compare it after stream. Unreachable garden. So do these have... maps at the start for just how many different pieces are in this? Star 6. What does it mean? Cobweb. Huh. That's kind of fun. So many little spiders running around. Oh, I don't think there's gonna be enough time for this one. Oh, there was, but I got bullied by this thing. Alright. If it happened once, it'll happen again. Oh, maybe not. Oh god. How did I get it to happen the one time? Right there. Nope. I don't know. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Oops. It's always gotta be some angle where the least amount of interference happens. Although I think for this one we can just go around because we've got 2 connectors. Oh, it's this one in here that's messing it up. Oh, it did work though. Especially if I put you in your path. Oh, not like that. Oh my god! Troll. There we go. Eric, welcome back. Hello, hello. You know what I think I want to do instead of this area? Because this is the worst. I think I want to go back to the fountain and have a look around. I want to go like on an ultimate Easter egg hunt in this game. This is such a pain in the butt. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Let me in, let me in. We don't live there, but we have very limited mobility getting in and out of that room. I'm free! Okay, what's on this side? This one is a connector. Oh, and the finish line, right? We take extended vacations there, yeah. It's gonna be those in there that determine if I can get in this or not. It's so... Oh, maybe now is why I need the block. But these windows make it so that you have to not use the block, right? Yeah. Hmm. Huzzah. Now, how are we gonna get that red laser source to stay open? Spider web, what does it mean? Can I shoot the lasers at the spiders? No. None of these ones in the center seem to be a problem. This is so weird, the noises. Does this have line of sight over here? No. Oh. Oh, but if you put it in the center... Oh, this is so weird. And now that one is blocking. There's two of you. And I need you. For the red. But we have to set it all up long enough so that this has time to open the red door. Is this even gonna work? No. What a pain in the butt. It did work. Oh, I hate it. I'm so impatient. Let's go. Come on. What's the fast forward button? Now I'm ready for it. Weird. I don't think I can get out. Come on, let me out, please. We got in, we can get out. Yeah. Oh, this is making... This is the worst. And what are you doing? You're supposed to be opening this door, and you're not. I don't understand how in the heck you would ever get any of this to work. Am I supposed to stand in the way of this other one? We've got this mess over here. We've got this mess in the center. I swear there's got to be another block or something. I hate that noise. How in the world are you supposed to do this and stay sane? Stop it. You're fired. The one that gets me is these. How do you get the blue laser source if you can't affect the little guys inside there? It makes me think you're supposed to be able to climb a wall. Climb this half wall. No. Why is it never climbing? Can't even see over the other side. I hate it. What's this? Can I walk through here? Is this an Easter egg? No. Okay. What do you all think? Should we keep working on this one? Or should we go do the fountain puzzle? Not even do the fountain puzzle, look at the fountain puzzle, because I don't think I'm going to be able to beat it. But we can take a second crack at, like, looking at it and trying to understand the first steps. I don't know. Or we can just hang out with Duncan some more. I really want to finish Talos Principle. I want to keep going with it, but I feel like I'm losing steam for streaming it because we went all day today without the terminal talking to us at all, without being able to do the next level of the tower. It's getting really tedious. As far as like lots of the same, like just sigil puzzle after sigil puzzle. Whereas when we first started, it's like, oh, you can do a sigil puzzle, you can talk to the computer, you can try for stars, you can just go and explore the other temples, but now we're kind of just locked into doing these courtyards until we have enough to do the next tower. Which is a bummer. That it feels so grindy. I'm glad we opened this though. This is new. Maybe witness approach where it's sometimes online, sometimes off. Yeah, I think so. I think just because I don't want to give up on it, but I'm ready to maybe move on to some other games or activities on stream. And this is day 10, right? That's a large chunk of streams that we've been playing one puzzle game. I don't want to go over there. I'm scared of the final door. Where, does anybody know where the fountain puzzle is? Off the top of your head? It's in the first temple, right? Temple A? I don't think I wrote down. But I'm looking. I don't see it. I'm afraid to Google it, but it should be fine. Does the game keep running when I tab out? No. Oh, this messed with my resolution again of my desktop. Weird. I've been having some weird problems with games on stream lately. Is Talos Principle Fountain Puzzle. A3. That's enough. That's all I need. Let's go check it out. Just to refresh, and then I think we'll wrap up. Elohim? You want to talk? You want to hang out? No? Okay. We made good progress today. Fountain. So this has... Oh, which page did I write this on? This has a code on it if you scan it with your phone. That's alright, I'll just scan it again. I'll have to take the phone away from Duncan Cam. And it says... I'm looking. It says... I don't know what page I wrote it on. I might not have written it down. Why wouldn't I write it down? Okay, fountain is... Let me grab my phone. Sorry, Duncan, no more cat cam for the moment. That's okay. Oh yeah, it's a long string of numbers. 3139369. No, 93639. And then if you look over here, there's a clock which changes when you press all the buttons on these. And then the only other thing I found was that these are a recurring pile of stones. They're in multiple levels. And they all have these numbers on them. Which says 371972. And it looks like this one has one too, but it's kind of fuzzier. 371970. Is what I read that as. But this one is strange because it appears in more than one courtyard. I think what we've done with it so far is I punched in the numbers here on this first code, 3139369, and it did approximately nothing. But I wonder if you do that and then you punch the resulting number here, or I don't know, it's very bizarre. Also, 3136 31393639. If you break that up into 4 parts, if that means anything. Let me scan it again. Also, I need to tab out really quick. Okay, we're good. If you've done this, or I guess if you solved it, let me know. I don't want to know the answer yet, but I'm curious who else has solved this one. Somebody said it's really not the best puzzle. I forget what stream that was. I'm sure different people have different feelings about it, as is with many puzzle games. 3139 3639. I did when it first came out. Don't remember anything. Pachinko, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. It's not like it's a brand new release too, so I'm sure some people's memories are fuzzy. Oh yeah, this is over here as well, and it's the same thing. It has the same numbers on it, so I don't know if that means anything, if it recurs in multiple levels. It's possible. Let me look at the clock again. And right now it looks like 20... The hour hand is on 20. And the minute hand is on 15. What year did this game come out? Is the minute hand moving? Is the clock ticking? Something's happening. I think it is moving. It's definitely moving, yeah. Okay. Of course I didn't write down where it was last time we played. Is it how many hours I've spent in the game? 20... This is now... Weird. What does Steam say? Oh, tabbing out is a bad idea, Jen. I've played for 36 hours, okay? How many of that was in menu? If I hit the button for 21, what does that do? Now it says... God, I can't even see it from down there. Does it take away the hour hand completely? And now the minute hand is at 50... Oh, they're like both locked to 21. Okay, what if I press 19? We've got 21 and 19. Does anything happen if I press a third? This is 28. I wonder if you press one, the other one gets unpressed. Now it looks like it's at 27 and 20. This is not pressed. This is not pressed. This is not pressed. Interesting. But I didn't unpress this. Yeah, I said 18 when I looked at the pillar, but then when I came back, it didn't look like this was at 18. It looked like it was at 17. I think the clock is moving again. I think when I hit the third button, it went back to whatever time it is right now. Oh, yeah, what time it is right now. It's not following my game hours, it's following what time it is, duh. For Eastern time. Oh, I might have said 28. If I did, that was a misspeak. You knew what I meant. There are not 28 available. Would you repeat the scan of the QR code so I know if what I'm thinking is or isn't a spoiler? The QR code says 31393639. Moon time. And the clock here says it goes up to 24 hours and 60 minutes. Only number digits. Let me use a QR code reader instead of my phone. Because when I use my phone camera, the only other option I get is to call that number. It doesn't give like a link or anything for me to follow. Oh, this has a quote now. Okay, cool. So the other ones, if I scanned them with my camera, it gave me the quote, but this one says, "The eagle has landed," in all caps. And then the first part of the string of numbers, but then more stuff. 3139. 3639 2F 3037 2F 3230 20 3230 3A 3138. Now is the time of tranquility, and I shall rest and observe the earth. Uriel. Of tranquility. And I shall rest and observe the earth. Uriel 54. Tip hotline. Hope it didn't spoil or anything. No, that was helpful, Boba. You're good. Thank you. I didn't think, because it worked with my phone camera in other areas, I didn't think to try anything else. But knowing that there were like I needed to try another scanner. Because obviously I wouldn't get the full puzzle if I just used my phone camera. Oh, well, that kind of takes away the whole thing, Magus. Is that what it is? Like, is there anything I can do with this puzzle without running it through a hex to ASCII text converter? Sorry, ASCII? I forget how to say that. I don't think it's ASCII. My bad. Like, is the puzzle figuring out that that's what I need to run it through? Or is there more to the puzzle after running it through that? You can answer that, that's fine. I would never do that. I would never have done that, so... ASCII, I know, and I say it wrong every time. Look, I don't... The last time... This reminds me of a puzzle that came out in like 2002 called notprawn.com. Does anyone remember? That's when I first learned about ASCII. Big booty conversion, please. I assume it's meant to be recognizable as hex. You remember that, Alphador? I was young and my brother had just gotten his own PC and was getting ready to go to college for computer science, and so he was teaching me stuff and showing me, like, you go into this source. That's when I learned how to view the source code for a website. It was like using HTML for MySpace and Zanga and Neopets back in those days. Yeah, throwback. Yeah. That's when I learned what ASCII was, and, God, it was a good time. Okay, so, well, let me do it. If that's what I need to do, sure, I'll run it through a converter. Is that something I can just Google? Hex to ASCII text converter? I don't think I solved it all. Oh, I got to maybe level 6 with my brother's help and never looked back. I was like, whoa, this is so cool. I feel like such a detective, and then, you know. Okay, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it. This reminds me of when we played One Shot, and I had to figure out how to show everything on my screen for OBS for the stream because there's so many different windows you're looking at. Converter. CyberChef is a good multi-tool for this. Decipher not. I don't know that one either. Can I just use the first one that shows up? If you want to do it by hand, you can look up. Oh, it's a table? Oh, this is a nightmare. How are you supposed to know this stuff? This isn't what I signed up for. Recipe? Input? Output? Alright, forget this. I thought it was like Google Translate and you just punch it in and then it pops out the translation. Like, what happens if I put this into this tool? Ugh. I don't think this is right. To hex from hex. Okay. But how? It doesn't let you write hex. Just try using magic. Okay. Magic. It doesn't let you do spaces? No, magic lets me do spaces. Hell yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna want them, but... For anybody just coming in, I apologize. We are translating computer speak. I don't know what the heck is going on. Oh, it's a date? Oh. So then do I have to use a calculator for what time it would be on this date? You can, I mean, it looks like it spat out 1969, July 20th, and then 2018 with a colon, like it's telling me. Well, I guess 2018 would, that's a full time. I don't know what the colon is for. Once I followed a couple breadcrumbs, it was marketing puzzle for BMW for the Wait, what? Deciphernaut was a business card with an IP address that showed up on my whiteboard at college. Huh. It's snazzy for multiple layers deep, yeah. I liked that. Yeah, it's 24-hour time, so I can just try putting in 2018, I guess. Is anything selected right now? No. But that was at the end. What's the rest of it for? Okay, fun. Oh, sure, let me try Googling that date and see what I get. What happened on July 20th, 1969? Nixon calls the astronauts on the lunar surface. Not only did we land on the moon, but we called back home. The Eagle has landed, yep. So what's the 2018 for then? Now is the time of tranquility, and I shall rest and observe the earth. From the Sea of Tranquility! Where is it? Can we see the moon if I do this right? Moon time. We were talking about moon time. It's come full circle. This doesn't change if I put in different, if I press different buttons, right? I don't think so. I don't think the QR code changes. I don't know how this helps to solve the puzzle other than the thought you had. Yeah, 2018. Is there... I don't have anything in my inventory about the moon, do I? We have so many readings. Do you think it would be in this area, A3? AI feedback, team lead, Stratton of Stajira. Do we have one that matches the date? I don't think so. Hello, Moon? It's me, Jen. I'm trying to prove to this computer that I'm human, and they gave me a quote from 1969. We're whalers on the moon. We carry a harpoon. Cool. Well, this has been just incredibly educational. I wonder, did I miss this by 40 minutes? Because it's now 40 minutes past 2018. How cruel. Do you think the time changes every time you boot up the game? You get a new QR code? I don't think so. If I missed it by 40 minutes, if something is supposed to happen at 2018, you can tell me. The buttons, if I push in, what is this? 24. It's gonna undo the other two that I had pushed in. So now this is gonna read local time, which is almost 9 p.m. for me. So 2100 hours. If I push it again, it's gonna snap both the hour and the minute hand to 24. See how it stays in? And then whatever I click second will change where the minute hand goes. You can only press 2 at once. The third one you press resets it. So we can make it go to 2018, but unless it's supposed to be 2018 like here, like at the 7 where 18 minutes would be, that must be it. I'm doing it wrong. Okay, I know how clocks work, don't worry. That should have reset it. No, because I think I clicked something we had already pressed. Okay, let's press the 20 and then the 7. Whee! To be fair, when was the last time any of us used an analog clock? Yeah. I'm not even wearing my wristwatch, but I feel like this thing is for show, and it doesn't have Roman numerals, so I have that going for me. Still analog, though. Because it's cute, because accessories. Okay, here's our 7. What's happening? The water's draining? The water's draining. Where's it going? We're going to the moon! Oh god. It's a star! Was it worth it? I don't know. I liked the part where we sang Whalers on the Moon. Hooray! We did it! Yay! Here we go! Perfect. This area is done. Well, That's about enough for today. Actually, I think I want to go back to the main temple because it helps us save the game properly.